Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 140? That feels like a milestone. Of Trials and Trebuchets, an actual play podcast where we play the game Dungeons and Dragons, the 5th edition of it. I'm Luke, and I'm the DM. Joining me are my players. Their names are such. Players don't say your full names like I always just did.
Hello, my name is Ben, and I am one of the players in this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast that we do, and I play the level 7 gnome wizard Winsler Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow!
Hello! It is me, Carla.
It is me,
and I play the level 7 tiefling roguelike Integrity Isla Idleberry. Winsler is bolder, we are much stronger. They are such dum-dums, now we are waving the flag. Waving the flag. So Throwback to Canadians are there. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. And I am not here to fight kids. I do not want kids to be fought. I'm not going to fight any children. Okay, now we're gonna have combat this episode.
Hi there, my name is Redacted, and I play the level 7 human sorceress Sarah Cinderman. And I guess it's time to mosey back down that ladder.
Hell yeah! And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, in case you forgot, the students won their duel in record time using the fan favorite spell, Catapult. In the exact same way they used it last time. Should have seen that one coming. Egg on my face. Egg on the face of the other students, you know.
Egg on literally everyone's face.
It was role play.
On everyone but Winsler's face.
Mira deceived her girlfriend and learned that her parents were on
Really
campus.
rubbing it in, huh? I don't want her to die!
Winsler grabbed Yogg for a little meeting, and Sereneth saw Angelica sneaking like a serpent into a hole in the ground. And finally, Integrity just tagged along.
Integrity the tag-along.
Integrity.
Isn't that a cookie?
Tag along Integrity, the newest
Well,
flavor.
now we want tag-alongs.
I was about to say.
Hi, Girl Scouts, please, or Scouts, whoever sells cookies, please come to our house and sell us cookies.
Sponsor Trials and
I
Trebuchets.
want
Send us free.
Not the mint
Thinness.
ones, those are bad.
Send me all the mint.
No, I want some of the mint as well.
So, it's the evening in autumn. You might be familiar with it. We're almost there ourselves. The air is cool. The sky is dark. Cheers, thunder from the evocation department all the way across campus.
So cold.
They're indeterminate cheers. They're just generally excited for what's happening. People cheering for violence. Those kind of cheers.
Blood sport.
Blood sport.
Kill him!
Go for the shins.
Ow, that
Integrity,
must have hurt.
Winsler, and Mira, along with the one and only Yogg, oh, the grand Yogg, with their basket of math homework. You are walking along at a slow pace. Sereneth just walked away from you to take a second to speak with Angelica, who she had seen in a hallway, a breezeway off the beaten path. You're all taking your time, meandering, moseying, so that when Sereneth's done, she can catch back up with you quickly and make your way to the alchemy department, to Crow's office, Headmaster Crow, to you, the students, to his office in order to have some meetings of a sort. Winsler and Sereneth and Yogg, a meeting about Yogg, and Mira, a meeting with your parents, I guess. And Integrity tags along for moral support. That big heart of hers. Sereneth, you are standing in this off the beaten path breezeway. Angelica has 2 steps.
2 steps.
Angelica has 2 feet into this hole on rungs of a stone ladder. She'd been poking at stones in the wall, opened a hole, and climbed down. You can see through the breezeway, like arches. It's like a breezeway is just a hallway that has an open door, in case you don't, or an open wall, in case you don't know. You can see through those open arches your friends walking across campus slowly. They're there if you want to call out to them. But you had been speaking with Angelica, who had told you that she was wearing this talisman around her neck in hopes that it would make her stronger for the duel. and she's now going to go put it back. The talisman has the same appearance as the tattoo on Mira's arm, a spiral of sorts.
Angelica knew. She fucking
it
knew.
It's made of an oily black stone, Serenepth. What would you like to do?
Angelica, you must understand, with you saying this, I want to make sure you're okay down there.
Mhm.
Are you okay if I come down there with you?
It's only putting the necklace back. I can go.
Believe me, if being here has taught me anything, a short pit stop can take what feels like months off of your life. I know you can handle this, but I worry about a lot of things. I would personally feel better just to I won't do anything. I'm just making sure that nothing happens.
She bites her lip a little bit, as if thinking it over, and she'll nod solemnly and say, "Okay, hurry up. I want this out of my head now." And she will climb down the ladder, and you can follow after her. Are
Yep.
you going to call out to your friends in any way? You see them walking as you stand above this ladder into the darkness.
I think she definitely looks over, and
Yes.
when she looks over, she thinks of all the times that they've been involved
Mhm.
in something, and a small trip has become one of those long excursions that has taken a toll in some way or another.
Yep.
And she thinks of Angelica, who has put herself in this situation, and it's sort of that same feeling as when she saw Philip get hurt because of everything that happened with
Mhm.
Yogg,
Yes.
that she doesn't call out to them, and she climbs down the ladder to protect her friend if anything is to happen.
Okay. And we hear the sounds of feet upon stone as Serenepth follows Angelica down into these tunnels beneath the campus. It's been a while since we've been in a secret tunnel. It's good stuff.
Secret
Um,
tunnel.
Okay, I was like straining not to say it. Thank you.
Just whenever there's a tunnel and it's secret, you kind of have no choice.
Right?
Yeah.
You can hear it playing in your head.
You descend into this Serenepth. You see a small glowing light in front of you. Angelica seems to be holding a small crystal that is illuminated and giving off a faint pinkish glow. And you can hurry to catch up with her as you make your way towards, presumably, the entrance to the sunken hatch. Is there anything you say to her?
Just in case something is, I don't know, I want to have my own source of light as
Yeah.
well, just in case something happens. So I
Okay.
just want to cast it at the end of the...
Absolutely.
I think she still has the trident sticking on her back. So she
Hell
kind of
yes.
illuminates the tip of the middle, longest prong of the trident to glow
Cool shit.
overhead.
Cool. Very cool. And so, yeah, you do that. Angelica's holding up a small, long, almost like... This is a weird pull, but it almost like hot dog shaped crystal.
I was about to say pink topaz.
No, it's not a pink topaz. It is glowing like a deep pink though, and illuminating that. And then your trident prong, the prong of your fork, illuminates the tunnel further, Serenepth, as the two of you proceed. Do you say anything to her, or do you just traverse in silence?
I think there'll be a couple of moments of silence.
Mhm.
She'll just watch Angelica, see how she's doing now that we're out of any possible public eye, and
Mm-hmm.
she's going to say, "What sorts of visions were you talking about back there?"
It feels like every time I close my eyes, and she looks at you with bloodshot eyes, Serenepth, and we'll continue. Every time I close my eyes, I just keep seeing people in jungles and people dying. This thing coming down from a ramp, people killing each other, people here at the school, but not the school. It's just snakes and things like that.
I'm so sorry that you've become a part of this.
I saw,
But-
I had one this morning. I think it was the first bad one. bad vision, and it was just Karina kneeling in front of me, and her face was covered in blood, and everyone I knew, our family, and everyone I've ever seen was just standing around watching, and I think I was killing her.
Serenep brings her arm out, and she
Yes.
I kind of like to bring her arm around like a side hug.
Yes.
Like they're still moving, but she makes her presence known to Angelica. And did Mira ever tell Serenep in great detail? Like, was she ever told in great detail, like with any, like what any of the visions were in
a good
reference to the hatch?
I think we didn't
I know
play
you
that
all
scene out.
filled
We
her
just
in.
said like we tell Serenep
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like Mira probably
Yeah.
would have disclosed that she had that vision, just because like I feel like we would have wanted to give Serenep as much information as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. I think in her head, she's holding on to the hope that once the necklace is put back, that it will let go of whatever it has on Angelica currently.
Yes.
I don't think she says that out loud.
Yeah.
But I think what she would say is, well, you're putting it back. That's good, especially if it's causing this sort of stuff. And if it keeps going, I want you to let me know. And I know I'm stepping in on a lot of stuff right now, but I just want to make sure that you're safe.
She looks torn up, like her face scrunches in a way, staring up. It's hard to tell with like the dim light glowing. And she'll make this face. You can't tell if she's angry or sad or some sort of mix between all of those. And she'll say, I just wanted to have a chance. We came down here before, and I thought I could find something in that room of that lizard person we went into. And then I just kept wandering down, and I thought maybe this is where Mira got a cursed arm from a witch. Maybe I can run into something like that and it'll help me some way. I just want it to be more like, I don't know, less like me.
Angelica, there's nothing wrong with you. You have to know that. I know how you must be feeling because...
You all went down there and took stuff and got cursed or took medallions, and you're stronger than everyone else in our year.
Angelica, the stuff that we've seen, the things that you're experiencing, we've been dealing with all year. I would not want this for anyone, especially my friends, the people I care about. I know what our parents are like. I mean, I can't say I know. We have different parents. But the stuff that they want from us is suffocating. But I hope that you would know that. And I hope that you'll know after all this that you are worth being yourself. You're worth being nobody else but yourself.
Make a persuasion check for me, Serenep.
Sure.
Please and thank
Sad.
How dare you make that a roll?
you.
Okay, that is a 18 plus a 6, 24.
Oh,
Nice.
Persuasive.
love to see it.
It looks like she was going to retort with something in the middle of that and cut you off, Serenep, but she seems to hold her tongue and listen to you fully and nod along receptively as you speak. We're just going to go put it back, and that's the end of it. And then I'm just going to figure it out.
You don't have to figure it out by yourself. You know that, right?
Yes. The four of you are, need to do well in the tournament now, or else we're just going to look like idiots.
Believe me when I say I was not expecting what happened at the tournament. I know you said we're pretty strong, but we don't really coordinate ourselves, if that makes sense. I heard you guys were planning last night.
Mm-hmm. Arior and Kurt were. I was coming down here to get this.
Does anyone else know about this?
I didn't tell anyone, if that's what you mean.
Okay.
That's surprising.
Not a soul. I didn't give it to the abjuration workers. I just slipped it on afterwards.
Oh, that's what that was.
Well, you'll put it back. I'll keep you company and you'll have a night of sleep. And if it's still a thing, I want you to know that you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Because we've been dealing with this sort of thing, it would be... I just want you to be safe.
And you both walk forwards in the dim light. A poignant pause after you say that, Serenepth. You come to a stone wall, which, with a light push, opens up. You find yourselves in a very clean kitchen. Angelica makes her way silently and looking around as if this is a well-practiced thing of sneaking around through rooms on campus. She makes her way over to that spice rack, and instead of playing around with spices, which you might know is the way to get in, she'll just hold that necklace up, and you hear a roiling, like boiling water coming from behind the wall here, and the spice rack will pull back and swing out of the way. And Angelica will continue, not even looking back to see if you're coming with her.
She knows I am.
Yeah, exactly. The two of you walk down these gray stone stairs. This gray stone gives way to a older looking, a dustier brown colored stone of the sunken hatch. You find yourselves in a cylindrical room. It tapers as it descends, with a staircase snaking its way around the circumference of the room. Every quarter rotation, there is a plinth where a statue ought to be, but they are worn away, barely nubs at this point, barely recognizable unless you'd already been here. Serenep looks much, much older than the last time you were here, only a few weeks ago, a handful of weeks ago at this point. It does not look like it should be this much more of a ruin than it was. You continue walking down, and none of these statues are intact where before they were. Angelica stops for a moment at one statue and kind of looks in past the alcove where it's standing, where there is a small cavern behind there. Teb's former room, where things seem to be pulled off the walls and just strewn about the floor. If you take the chance to look in, Serenep, as if someone searched through it in a frenzy. Not everything is there, but I don't know if you had a full inventory of what was in Teb's room anyways.
I think her main thing is just, I think she's like in the entrance of the room.
Yeah.
While Angelica goes into the room to put the stuff back, and she's kind of watching, keeping an eye out, keeping an ear out for anything.
She pulls out from her like pockets and different compartments of her dueling uniform, crystals, powders, just jars with the skeletons of rats in it, that kind of stuff. Things that she might have hoped would help or imbue her with some sort of magic in some way, and seems to just deposit those on shelves haphazardly in a way that if anyone knew Teb, he would strongly disapprove of, I think. But then she still has that necklace, that talisman, Serenep, and she will walk back towards you and kind of look down the stairs further towards the bottom, and she'll say, "This one came from one of the rooms down there." So
I kind of step out in the, I'm guessing it's a small space, so I kind of,
yeah, it is a small
kind of
space.
step
You can
out
step
of the way and let her out, and I follow her down.
You follow her down. You see in the middle of this room a pale column of light falling upon the center of it, a 10-foot diameter, very tall stone hatch in the ground. It has 4 sockets in it, covered in mold and mildew and dust, about 4 inches in diameter, each of them, perfectly sized for an orb to slot into. You might know this or not. The ground here is covered in debris and dirt, as if no one's trod here or stepped here, rather, in a very long time. There is one distinct set of footsteps that walk around to each of these rooms that pull off of this main chamber in the cardinal directions. It seems just Angelica's footsteps from last night to when she walked around and looked and explored. She walks over to a room that has its archway fully open and unsealed, and into a triangular room, Serenep. It's dark in here. She makes her way over to a urn in one of the corner alcoves and pulls the talisman off of her neck up over her head, and she'll hold it there over the mouth of the urn for a few moments just staring at it. It's very faintly lit in here. Your personal light's doing a majority of the work, and that light just glints very enticingly off of the surface of that talisman. But she doesn't seem to be dropping it.
I am going to step over to her and kind of again make my presence known.
Can you give-
Rest my
yeah.
hand on her back.
Yeah. When you put your hand on her back, I was going to make you make a check, but if you're just going to walk up to her,
Oh shit.
you feel that she's just trembling, Serenep.
Angelica, are you okay?
She does not respond.
She's going to look to Angelica's face.
Her eyes are shut, and her mouth is open, her lips quivering slightly. Almost as if she's out in the cold, in a cold blizzard,
No bueno.
and is shivering.
Okay. I am going to bring my hand up and hold her wrist that is holding the necklace out. Angelica, can you hear me?
She feels as if she looks, and as you, so she's shivering. She's has her eyes almost welded shut, Serenep. And like as you hold out your arm and like support her wrist, it almost feels like she's about to fall over in your grasp.
I'm going to move my hand to steady her by her shoulder, like across her back, and
Yep.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. Absolutely, you can make an Arcana check. You can make an Arcana or a Religion check, actually.
I have a higher Arcana.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is a 17 plus 5. Math. 22.
22. At 22, with that, Serenep, you may be able to see the signs. Signs point to some sort of... She already told you, right? Like, this is a pretty basic piece of evidence. She already told you when she shuts her eyes, she's seeing these visions. That's why she's just been holding her eyes open. That's why her eyes are bloodshot. You can deduce that. She has her eyes slammed shut right now and is just shivering. Your supposition is the talisman is giving her some sort of vision and in some way trying to coerce her or force her into keeping it, or just wants her to keep holding it. You don't know if it wants her to keep it. You don't know if the talisman is willingly thinking this, or if just some magic is on it that is doing this, or if some greater force is doing this. But you do know that some malevolent action is exuding from that talisman, some sort of magic, some
Big
sort of
no.
Yes, a powerful and primordial magic emanates from the talisman.
How hard is she grasping the necklace?
Her knuckles are white as she's just clutching it.
Okay, I have an idea. What if I were to
Cut her hands off.
jolt
Nice.
her?
Yeah.
Okay, my thought process is, goddamn, if I use shocking grasp
So good.
on her to
Yeah.
jolt her,
If you shocking grasped her and she would drop it, I think.
because I'm worried if I grab it, then something dangerous would happen. But if I get her to open her eyes,
Yeah. You can try.
I'm so scared right now. I don't want to hurt her either. Fuck. You found my one weakness, my friends.
This is the greatest dilemma I've ever presented, Sam.
What cardiac
So
arrhythmia
good.
does she have?
Listen, when people take damage, they usually have to repeat saves, is all I'm saying.
But I don't want to touch the necklace
Yeah.
either, because every instance of my time at Wildcliff has taught me, no, do not touch it.
Not to touch magic items. That's
just
the one
grab like a
takeaway.
wood that is on the ground and like
And just
hit
swat it.
the bop the thing.
There's a dagger lying on the ground nearby Serenep. It has some fresh-ish blood on it. Blood from last night. You could use that and maybe swat it out if you wanted to try not hurting her.
Maybe cut the leather to drop the talisman itself?
Yeah, it is a leather band, and would you like to try that?
Yes.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh no, I have to steal this dagger so that absolutely no one
It's
will
just-
see me.
The finesse of it.
It's just finesse.
Yeah, the finesse of it.
She's finessed with the trident several times, but she cannot for the life of her finesse a dagger. It's too small.
small.
A 12. You cut one of the leather
I try to pick up
bands.
the dagger and I stab myself.
You cut one of the leather
Oh
bands.
no, I don't like that looking, Luke. Luke's face.
You pick this knife up from the ground, arms or hands still on her back, as you can feel her trembling, and it increases in its ferocity in the few seconds that it takes you. You grab this dagger. It looks very ceremonial. It looks almost, it's long and thin and covered in stains of blood, most recently from last night. You put it towards the straps, this leather band that holds the talisman, and just try to cut it in a single motion. The dull blade skips a bit, but it does cut through the thin leather, not without cutting Angelica slightly as well.
Oof.
You hear and see that oily black stone drop into the urn, and a bit of Angelica's blood trickle in as well.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That's very bad.
That's almost akin to a sacrifice. Begin the ritual.
Serenupth, Angelica lets out a very deep, as if she just like got the wind knocked out of her, and will collapse in your arms, unconscious. She's no longer shaking. She is breathing heavily, as if she just ran up a flight of stairs and was kind of out of shape.
I drop the dagger onto
Okay.
the ground, and I hold her to kind of like maneuver her onto my back.
Okay.
And I think she's just staring at that jar because she knows she just did something bad, and
Mhm.
she's staring at it. And she's trying to think like if she tried to burn it, would that fix it, or would it be a step in the in whatever the fuck she just did?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's trembling now because she's
Yeah.
just realized that whatever the hell I just did, she's just very scared suddenly.
There's like there's an altar in the center of the room. There's like a crackling sound coming from beneath it that you don't quite know from behind you. Like, I feel like in your current state, every single little noise is worthy of fear, right? There's like crackling coming from under that altar. The urn itself almost seems to be making, you can't tell if it's making a buzzing noise if you're just imagining that. And then from even behind you, from out in that main chamber where the hatch is, you just feel a coldness wash over you like a winter wind.
I think in this moment of I don't know what I just did and I'm very scared, how far, if you were to look at a map of the underground, how far away would Neska's final fight would be? Like, how far away would that be?
Oh, geez. It's a ways across campus. So to get there, you would go up back into the kitchens. You could go into those secret tunnels. I think this is what we see then, right? If that's your intent, is to go there, Serenupth.
I think her first thought is because like she's still there staring at this one jar, like that she made her friend, and she made her friend bleed at this point. I think she's going to close her eyes and try to speak out to whatever thing had tried to talk to her the last time she was deep underground. And I know she's not supposed to do that, but she's done everything wrong so many times, and she's so scared of what she just did to her friend. She's just sort of, I need to know my friend is safe, and please tell me if I've done something and how to stop it. And she's just trying to dig into herself to try and find where, because I don't know.
Like a voice, like, are you trying to like reach out and try to hear or see or feel something there? Is that, if I'm understanding that?
I'm thinking of it as like, you know how surround sound, like just inside a part of your brain is where you hear something as it like moves. Wherever she had heard that voice in her head, she's trying to reach in there again to be like, please tell me that you're there and that you can give me the answers that I need in some way. Like, you've helped me before, like, please help me now.
Yeah. Is that the wording that you would be thinking? Is that the way you'd be thinking about it? Like, help me in this moment?
I think it's in a more frantic way in how her head is going. Like, she's probably going a mile a second trying to reach into this thing inside her head and just, please help me make sure my friend is okay.
Yeah. A coldness washes over you as you think these thoughts. You don't know which sounds you're hearing are ones you're just making up or ones that are actually happening around you. Angelica's on your back, breathing into your ear, and you probe your own mind in search of this voice you heard when fighting Nesca those many weeks ago, Sereneth. Just looking for any form of help that you can get. And you hear something reach out and speak to you. And it will say, "What are you searching for, noble one?" And it's a rattling almost coming from the base, like the tip of your spine, Sereneth. Like just right at the bottom of your head.
Is this the same voice that I heard last time?
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
My friend has hurt herself, and I have hurt her. Can I sense if this is a malicious source of any kind? Like,
You could insight check it if you would like.
I would very much like to insight check it.
Please
Yes.
give me an insight check with disadvantage.
Ooh,
Ben is the worst during these moments.
it's tense. I don't trust shit. It's a big no.
Like, every time Ben shakes his head and sort of like, shouldn't have done that, I always get freaked out.
I also then remember that you sold part of your soul for a fucking scale, Ben. So
Yeah, but this is so much more serious than that.
This is hat shit.
This is
okay.
spooky.
17.
You don't even know if this is like a real voice, Sarah. This just might be part of yourself that you're talking to and convincing yourself. Like,
Everyone else has an actual inner demon. I just have insanity. Perfect.
you just have Sereneth in there, right? For all you know, like, this thing reached out to you in your moment of need. You don't, and it did it before, right? Like, it
Okay.
helped you with Nesca. It might help you here. It's just overwhelmingly present.
My friend took something. We've returned it, but I hurt her and I'm scared. Her blood is in the jar with the thing, and I don't know if it's safe if I have to destroy it. Please, just anything.
Do not destroy it. Close the urn. Your friend will live.
Okay. Is there a lid for the...
Yeah. There's a small stone lid, a small stone, and it's like enameled almost. And you can put it back on if you'd like.
Yeah, she puts it back on.
You hear a cracking noise, and it seems that the urn has reformed into one piece very quickly. Angelica shudders when the lid seals back up together.
Is she conscious, or is she still...
She's very much unconscious.
She's gonna be okay?
She will live. She won't forget what happened here. Why? Are you concerned about her, noble one? Do you wish to undo what she's done here? Take her blood off of that unholy talisman. Make her forget that this place exists. I could give this to you. Power to do that. Help in your troubles.
I mean, no offense. I don't know who exactly you are. I know that you've helped me before.
Yes. When you were fighting that ascendant. Yes, I helped you. I spoke to you. I shook your mind free. They called me the progenitor.
Oh,
There it
fuck
is.
off.
Yep.
Came from the stars.
Bastard.
I'm here with you now,
I knew it.
communicating with you at least. There are others who have control over keys of a sort, keys which shackle me and power here. If you collected them, if you brought them here, you could have anything you wished for, anything you've ever dreamed for, erasing your friend's tragedy here, undoing that blood which you spilt, all blood that you've spilt, reimagining the circumstances of one's birth, noble one.
I know what you are in this case. And for you to be talking to me, you would know why I know who you are.
The horned one? She does excellent work. You don't have to worry, though. I'm not overly attached if that's your concern. You can say no to me.
I think at this moment, Serenith is. I'm going off of my own reaction. Serenith is
Yeah.
completely frozen, and there's no
Yes.
clear answer in her head because all she thinks now
Mhm.
is rewriting her lineage and
Yeah.
protecting her cousin.
Yeah. You hear a shaking, a clunky sound coming from beneath that altar. This cold air still wafts around in this room from that central sunken hatch, Sereneth. Angelica shudders on your back again. You don't know if that's from the chill or something more sinister, but she does. She's breathing heavily into your ear. It's almost as if she's speaking or breathing into one ear, and this voice, the progenitor's voice, is speaking into your other ear. And you just stand there frozen.
I think she's going to start walking.
Okay.
She's going to make her way up the steps.
Okay.
She's going to go back to the ladder and climb up it.
Absolutely. Back through the kitchen, the door closing well behind you, back to that ladder from which you descended in that off the beaten path breezeway, an unconscious and very light Angelica on your back. She's light, but it's still not easy to carry another person up hundreds of feet of stairs and up a ladder, Sereneth.
I think I would cast Levitate
Okay, yeah, you just levitate her body up through the waves.
just to bring us
And
up there
you would
easier.
Like to climb back onto the campus proper.
And we're in the kitchen area, is that correct?
If you wanted to be in the kitchen, we can be in the kitchen. I was imagining you were going all the way back.
Oh, well,
But we can
how
be in the
far
kitchen.
is the infirmary where, like, what would be closer to the infirmary?
Probably that. There's no real entrance or exit from the kitchen, so bringing her up through that ladder into that like off the beaten path breezeway would be a very good choice if you wanted to get her some medical help.
Yeah, that she can't focus on the other stuff. She just needs to get her friend to the people who can help her.
Mm-hmm. And so you bring her up there and begin to bring her across campus. She's still breathing heavily, but the autumn air, despite however cold it felt before, does feel more warm and welcoming now after having been down deep in the earth, deep in the stone. That voice doesn't speak to you again tonight as you meander across campus, Sereneth. The cheers and hoots and hollers of the evocation department draw your eyes only slightly. You do see some infirmary workers standing there, just between jobs, as it were, waiting for someone to be injured. So you could go speak to one of them standing there, or further, just bring Angelica straight to the infirmary.
They're there to keep an eye on the contestants for any battle injuries. I think it would be a good idea to leave them there to do their job.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll run her over to the infirmary and get back to my friends.
Absolutely.
How long have I been gone?
It's been a total of less than 10 minutes. Very quick, in and out.
I think it would be a good idea to run her over to the infirmary
Absolutely.
to like lay her down on a bed.
There are not very many questions asked when you bring her into that infirmary with its swinging saloon-style doors. You drop her on one of the beds. It seems the two infirmary attendants in here, the healers, are hard at work with folks magically afflicted and bitten by snakes. There's a dwarf with heavy tattoos sat up in a bed. Their eyes are almost rolled back in their head, and their arm is just a pallid, pale, corpse-like white.
Jesus.
With their veins this dark, almost molasses color. They are breathing heavily, and one of the healers seems to just be attending to them carefully and is in the process of taking something out of their body. Like siphoning something from them. It's the tattoo artist dwarf. You recognize them, Sereneth. And so I think the healers would pay little mind to you dropping Angelica off here, just because it is very busy. So if you'd like to leave her here and head off.
Yeah, I trust the healers.
Okay. They're good at their jobs.
They're good at their jobs,
Yes.
even if they're being overworked right now. I just want her to have a space to lie down with people who can, when they have time, like to look over her, hopefully when she wakes up.
Absolutely. And you make your way across the campus, Sereneth, peeking very quickly at the evocation department as you walk by it. You see actually the other first years, and they seem to be fighting something, which is strange and is not a really the rumor as it was on campus, but you hurry past that anyways off to the alchemy department, where your friends are presumably waiting for you. Mira Marchand, Integrity Idleberry, and Winsler Wallaby.
Skunk Winsler.
And so I said, wha-bam! And then they were all like, whoa! And I was like, whoa!
You were like, what? Or you were like, what?
I was like, whoa!
Oh my
Was
god,
it like-
that's so cool.
That sounds so scary, Winsler. I didn't know that you could. Whoa!
Right?
I thought you were more of like a kapow. I thought that was
This
like
is the
to
strangest
me.
conversation I've ever walked
Yeah.
into.
Enough. How's it going?
Yeah.
You're back.
How's your little
You
detour
see
thing?
your friends standing sitting on very cushy chairs in the third floor of the alchemy department, right next to a staircase to go up to the roof. There's a placard in like a beautiful silver that says, Headmaster Crow waiting area. Please have yourself a seat. And there's a bunch of arrows pointing to every single chair that's supposed to be there. And every single chair, by the way, also has like these astral looking, like almost ethereal chains that are chaining it to the ground as if to prevent people from stealing
Damn
these
it.
very comfortable chairs.
I
a
was
pen and a
planning
bell.
on it.
Like a pen at the bank.
And a lot of
like
people steal pens at the bank.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
why
like
they
the
gotta
pen
get
at the
chained
bank,
down.
except it's with the chairs instead.
Did Integrity, if I heard properly, did you say I want a plank on it?
Well,
So you're just lying across multiple chairs?
well, no.
Like
Like,
a little
when you
bed?
said that, like very like the cushiest things, and you were like,
Mm.
but they're bolted down. In my head, I'm like, damn it, I wanted to take one.
Oh,
And then I was
I
like,
thought you were
"Oh,
just
fine."
lying across them. Seraph, you wander into this. Yogg is also seated here on one of these cushy chairs. Carry on with your conversation.
Yeah, just Angelica was pretty upset with everything.
Is everything all right?
Sereneth?
Everything should be okay now, but everything should be okay now.
Okay, I know she was
I
like
really hope
pretty
so.
broken up about not really getting to compete.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop by later.
If this does change, Mira, how you would be approaching this situation, a nice piece of information would be about 6 minutes ago, you felt a shudder run down your left arm. Not run down, almost emanating out like when you throw a pebble in a still pond and it just makes a wave that travels out in that beautiful circle, right?
Ripple.
Almost a pulse like that sent out from the spiral tattoo on your arm around 6 minutes ago. And it's just been tingling and almost uneasy ever since.
Okay, can I insight check Sereneth in that case?
Absolutely. Sereneth, how hard are you trying to cover this up?
I think she still wore the heavy makeup to hide, so I think it would cover up most
Yeah.
of the... Because I feel like she's very
Pale.
pale.
Yeah.
Because she kind of knows the progenitor, well, not really, but from everything happening with integrity.
In that case, Sereneth and Mira. Sereneth, make a deception check. Mira, make an insight check, please.
Okay. That fell on
Something's
the
up.
sheet. Let's just stop the echo. Where's another D20? There. D20.
And integrity.
What is that? That's a 14 plus 3. 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
That's a 7. I would say she's pretty shaken up. She hasn't had time to lay down
Yes.
and process everything.
Yep.
0 time to
Mira.
process what just happened.
There's this pulse on your left arm. 6 minutes later, Sereneth shows up, shaken, her voice shaking a little. You just look around as if, is this something happened? And see a bit of blood like spilt on like the lower hem of the clothes she's wearing. Integrity as well. I want to add this. It's almost like something is like putting its hooks into your brain when Sereneth shows up. If that makes any sense.
Like
at
hooks
all.
into my brain, like being like needles in my brain.
Yeah. Yes. That's a good way. Like you just feel as if something is trying to force your focus onto Sereneth.
Okay, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so Sereneth shows up, says all these things. Mira, you get the read on the situation almost instantly.
Right. Well, hopefully you got the Angelica stuff dealt with. Maybe we should visit her later with something. Maybe Sarah and I, we can get together later and talk about ways to help her since we made the promise together. Would that be okay, Sereneth?
We have dinner and everything.
Let's meet up after then.
I mean, we had the tournament, and even though we didn't really fight, just want to get a good night's sleep.
Okay. Can we talk tomorrow?
Sure, after we take care of the, the other stuff. We have...
Okay.
we have a whole list of things to do right now, It's not a lot of time to sit down and talk about stuff.
Sereneth. Okay. Tomorrow works.
Okay. And I think she just takes a seat in one of the chairs.
Like across the hallway from them or next to your friends?
Where's Yogg sitting?
Yogg is sitting next to me.
Yogg is sitting very nice
Aw.
next to Winsler. Hands on lap.
I love them. They're
Straight
so
back.
proper.
Yeah.
I think that... Is there a couch version?
Oh, like a little bench, a chaise lounge style.
Yeah, I think she's
Oh my
gonna go
God.
over and lay down on that. She needs a
Oh my
moment before
gosh.
she goes
Okay,
up to talk about
perfect.
regular things.
Absolutely. Okay. And we hear footsteps from the top of the stairs, and you hear a quiet voice go, ahem, Mira Marchand, Headmaster Crow should be ready for you. I just checked in. They're about a few minutes into the meeting already.
Oh.
It took them
This
a
is
couple
happening
minutes to
first?
answer.
Like now?
It took a couple of moments to answer the door. Mr. Crow doesn't really enjoy being interrupted. There's a few silence things. I went and knocked on the window a few times. I don't have a direct line, and he's a private man.
Oh, I
understand.
okay.
But
Can-
you can just
okay.
pop in now. The doors, they're ready.
Okay. I didn't realize this was happening so suddenly. I kind of thought we were going to talk to Crow about the other thing
I
first.
told you
Okay.
the itinerary. It might have been happening
You-
30 minutes or
okay.
now or something.
Okay,
It
I'm
says
coming.
Are
if
you
there's a
okay,
meeting
Mira?
with
Yeah.
Dragonborns,
Do you need support?
some lights.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Just, I don't know. I feel like they're probably going to be really, mad, and it's probably going to be a lot. So,
It's kind of aggro in there.
yeah, I kind of
dear.
figured it would be, okay, I'm going to come in. I'm going to see if maybe I can diffuse the situation a little bit by being like, hey, I'm fine. So I will see you guys, and I'm going to give them 2 thumbs ups, shortly.
One metal and one flesh.
All right.
Such a calm demeanor.
Yeah.
You got it.
And I think she's gonna
You're gonna be
do
okay.
the thing where you're backing away with the thumbs up
Yup.
until she gets to the stairs.
Stairs, and then
I
you
think
just
with even
run up.
being shaken up, she gives her a warm smile and says, "You're gonna be okay."
I'm going to whisper
you.
to my other friends. That conversation is going to be a mess.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Integrity.
Mira, you
Yes.
Mira, you hear that as you walk up the stairs.
Are you any good at chess?
Yeah. I think so.
Insight check.
Insight.
Integrity's a master at chess.
Yes. What'd you get? Like a 2?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. Integrity's very good at chess. She knows a lot. Very good at playing chess.
I know how to cheat in chess.
Yes.
I've
How
been
about-
taught by the master cheaters.
Look over there! Spins the board. Oh,
How
look
about
at that!
how about while we wait? How about while we wait? You can play Yogg in a few games.
Oh, I would love to. I got taught the perfect ways to win by Winsler's father.
Okay. But before that, hang on. I'm going to go to my left shoe and I'm going to really go under there. Okay.
Okay.
Give me a second, Yogg. Hang on. It's really lodged in there.
The
and I take off my shoe.
ever-expanded boot.
I take off my
happening?
shoe and I turn it over and
Toss, yeah.
try to drop
Like
something
whack
from
the bottom
inside.
a bit like a
And
ketchup,
then I
ketchup
take
bottle.
out a queen that looks like me.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Integrity is
it's
the
like a
goat,
little
so
wooden-
that does track.
Yeah.
An integrity, like a mini integrity with a
Carved
queen
from
crown.
wood.
And that's
Yeah.
what I will use as my
Perfect.
as my queen
That's
instead
the
of the normal
rigged
one.
piece, by the way.
Mira, you hear some laughter and some Integrity being like, 1 second, as you climb this steep staircase. Kenneth Horse Wrangler is standing there stooped like a human gargoyle almost on the
Bad posture.
staircase.
Oh my God.
Like his paler is just otherworldly.
What a weirdo.
I love Kenneth.
Yes. And you walk past him, it genuinely feels he's statuesque. And
He must
you make
scream.
your way to the roof of the alchemy department. The door is cracked slightly, and you hear just people talking over one another coming from in there, like Crow talking over the sound of your mother's voice.
Great.
And you can run over and push that door open.
Gonna
Next
go meet
time
the
on
ma'am.
Trials and Trebuchets.
Ooh, the suspense.
Sam. The Sam episode starring Sam. Might you do... That was
And it
so
was great.
fucking great. Could you give me an outro, Sam?
Hey guys, holy shit. Thank you so much for joining us today on this wonderful episode of Trials and Trebuchets.
So good. 140. What a good one.
Oh
It
god.
should be called the Sam episode
Yes.
exclamation mark because it's like the snack episode. 'cause,
Sam
like they went into
episode.
the sewers and like
Sam episode. Everyone's not going to expect this.
So a couple of wonderful things we'd like to run by at the end of the episode is where you can find content from us outside of the episode. Content.
Content.
So first things first is our Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs, where you can see updates of the episodes, little sneak peeks.
Yeah.
There's fan art that gets posted every week. Well,
Yes.
not fan art.
I'm a fan. We're fans. If we make art, that technically counts as fan art,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Y'all
We're
listen
fans of the
to
show.
this
We
show?
make art. So fan art. And if you have any art that you've made about the podcast, we would greatly appreciate it if you could add us at Trials and Trebs, and so then we can get to see the awesome art that y'all did. After that is our Discord. In the episode description, there is a link to our Discord where you get to meet more lovely fans of ours and see more of everything that makes the podcast, i.e. absolute fucking insanity. And the next big thing is our Patreon, where, you know, people can come and if they're feeling generous, they can donate to our Patreon and they can get DM notes, maps, blooper reels. It's all great stuff.
It helps us live.
It helps us live. It helps us pay for amenities, groceries, that kind of stuff. The next big thing is spreading the word about it and also leaving a rating or a review or both on the Apple Podcast website, because that is where we are, or wherever you download the podcast or just like stream it. Just like putting the word out there about what we do and how awesome we are
Hooray,
as
shared
people, am I
trauma.
right? So
Thanks for listening.
All right, bye,
Bye.
everybody.
bye.